Welcome back to Melodic Memories of Lights Monarch. I'm Casey, and I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic day today. I've got lots to talk about, but before getting into all the topics for today's episode, I need to start by sharing that I've been featured on the newest episode of the BVB Army Hearts to Hearts podcast. Their newest episode being number 216, Deep Dive into Vindicate, where the three of us, Nicole, Ruth, and I, as the title suggests, we deep dive into Black Veil Bride's newest album and give our thoughts on the entire thing, track by track. It was an absolute blast to record, and chatting with them is always an absolute treat, and I'm so thrilled to have been a part of this, so please go check it out if you haven't already, and thank you to the two wonderful hosts of the BVB Army Hearts to Hearts podcast. I can't wait to chat with the two of you again when the time comes, and of course, a link to the episode mentioned will be in the description below. Please, if you get a chance, go check it out. It would mean a lot. Also, to Chris, if you're listening, thank you, as always, and I hope you've been well. I just wanted to say thank you for your Twitter posts from after that deep dive of Vindicate that we did. Chris's post read, "Thank you for the love, passion, and dedication that you, at Wild One, Nicosaur, at Sassity Downs, at Lights Monarch, at Victoria Paris, and at Ian Eldridge 8 of Radioactive put into your podcasts every week. When the scene media all but ignored Black Veil, the band's fans stepped up and created their own shows to make sure that other BVB fans had an outlet to get news and info about the band. The fan casts mean a lot to the band too. They demonstrate how amazing the fans really are. I just wish even more fans knew about and supported them. I say that not just for the band's sake, but for the wonderful community of beautiful souls that has evolved over the years and supports one another." I love your kind words, Chris, so again, thank you so much for all of the kind words, your support, and most of all, your love for Black Veil Brides. It is certainly unmatched and does not go unnoticed. I'm just grateful and overall incredibly thankful to be a part of all of it. I never imagined I'd be able to share my passion and love for this band in this way that I have been able to. I feel incredibly fortunate, and though I've a long ways to go, and will need to step my game up to be in the same conversation as the podcasts you mentioned, I appreciate it all the same and look forward to sharing my passion for the art that affects my soul to its core. Thank you, and to everyone listening right now, thank you for taking the time to listen to all of my rambles. But now that I've covered all of it, let's get into the first topic being, well, you guessed it, Black Veil Brides. Obviously, they're doing a lot. Their new album is out. Vindicate has been out for almost a month at this point. Absolutely wild. But to get into Black Veil Bride's news and what has been going on with them, I wanted to start with this post regarding Cece. The post reads, "Due to an unfortunate personal and private matter, our brother Christian Coma will not be on stage with us for the remainder of the 2026 European tour. We apologize for those who have noted the already announced Milan cancellation, but this is a circumstance we needed to make adjustments to handle. Our friend Wade Murph will be joining us for the remainder of the tour after Rock AM Ring, and we look forward to seeing everyone at all of the subsequent shows. Cece will be rejoining the tour for Leg 2 in the US. Please send him love and light at this time. Black Veil Brides." My heart honestly goes out to him and his family. I don't know exactly the details, though that is none of our business. I just wanted to share that to everyone that didn't know. Cece is going through something personal right now and a very hard struggle, so please, everyone in the BVB Army, give him your support, while also, obviously, respecting his time and space away from everything. Obviously, it's something very personal, very serious. He needs to take his time away, and I hope everyone respects that. But again, send him love and support because it's obvious he's in a time where he needs it. So my heart goes out to you, Cece, and though it may not be okay, I hope that you are as much as you possibly can be. Now, to move forward, Andy himself had an interaction. Rather, he left a comment on the Dickie Dines Show podcast, or at least their TikTok page, after they scrutinized his screaming abilities when a comment questioned Andy in using a quote-unquote scream machine They continue to just kind of shit on him, but Andy's response is priceless. He goes on in response to their criticism to say, well, that's embarrassing because actually I am the Scream Machine. Unfortunately, this bit would be greatly improved by having absolutely any point of reference beyond when I was 17 years old. Come on over and watch the Scream Machine live from any show or record within the last 4 presidential terms. Obviously, Andy has grown a shit ton. Us fans know it, especially with Vindicate now being out. It actually shocked me to see that little clip of the Dickie Dine show. I don't watch them often, but I am aware of their presence and what they have done for the scene and their, part within it, of course. But it shocked me that they had such comments to say. Like, they were just literally ripping on Andy's Scream, but kind of his old Scream, if you will, like when he did start, like We Stitch These Wounds era. Absolutely wild. They think he still sounds like that, and obviously if you're not a fan of the band or keep up with their stuff, you wouldn't know, but you think that you'd be able to at least look into it, knowing that Black Veil Brides is still around, knowing that they just released a new record. Granted, that is just my criticism, of course, on their behalf, but just absolutely wild that they had the audacity to do that. And all the same, Andy, being who he is, stood up for himself, as he always does and stands up for us too, but loved his comment and just had to read it here because it made me laugh. So thank you, Andy, for that, and hopefully they actually check out what Black Veil is capable of nowadays, especially when it comes to Andy's screams, because I think they would be absolutely shocked. Now to move past that, we got joggers. Yes, Black Veil Brides on their web store have revealed, or at least announced, some new clothing items. We got some joggers, we got some new hoodies, we got even shirts, and you can make a whole outfit out of the entire thing. They're the Goat and Sketch collections, and they went on to say in an email released to people that are subscribed to their mailing list, they said, "Hey, this might be my favorite drop that we've ever done. If your wardrobe needs a refresh for summer, we've got you. We're dropping the Goat collection and the Sketch collection of hoodies, joggers, and t-shirts. To be honest, I don't know if I could pick between the two, so why not get both? Stock is super limited, and I have no idea if they'll ever come back once they sell out. So don't wait and grab yours here. As always, I appreciate you." And obviously, grab yours here is referring to Black Veil Brides' own website. I don't have the link off by hand, but if you search up Black Veil Brides, it won't take you long to find where their merch is at. And if you're able to, buy some joggers. They don't obviously do it often. I can't remember the last time, if ever, they've released actual pants like this. And the actual collections themselves are very cool. I like the Goat ones, though my heart does reside in the Sketch collection, just over the fact that it is Andy's sketches himself, the ones that are in the vinyl jacket of Vindicate. So it's awesome that those are now put onto clothing. I absolutely adore them. I believe I would like to get some, though I think Crystal, shout out to her, thank you so much, ordered me some, being that it's a little simpler to get it shipped right to the States and her bring it to me whenever she visits next. So thank you to you, Crystal, if that is the case, and hopefully everyone that is interested in this is able to get some themselves. And again, I love the Sketch collection, but let me know in the comments below which you would rather have. Also, Andy, to continue on with him, he spoke to Lou Brutus of Hard Drive Radio about nicotine, cigarettes, and vaping. Honestly, I always love his thoughts and his perception on everything when it comes down to it. Obviously, the commentary he has on this is absolutely no exception. He's somebody that struggled with it throughout his entire life, or at least his adult life, and probably teenage life as well, let's be real, when it comes to nicotine and smoking and all of that. So I'm glad that he's in a better place, and I do believe you should check it out if you're at all interested in hearing more of what Andy has to offer in his vast, vast knowledge that he is able to put out for everyone on display. Also, Black Veil Brides, they did play the Rock AM ring, which they mentioned in that CC post. They played it this year and their entire set was live streamed. Absolutely fantastic. You can find it on YouTube now if you're so inclined. And again, thank you, Chris, for sharing it on Twitter so I could personally give it a watch. I was sleeping when it was actually live streamed, so I didn't get to catch it, but that's how I know it is on YouTube, so go check it out for more Black Veil Brides goodness, especially if you're unable to see one of their tours this year, because this is a way to experience it live in one way or another. So thank God for the internet in that case. Lastly, Jinx made a post, and I just wanted to share it here. The post itself states, "What now seems like a million years ago, I met and instantly was impressed by Jake Pitts and by association Cece. We began making music that I knew at the time would transcend decades and reset the idea of what people thought of heavy metal music. We just needed a singer. And lo and behold, this kid I met a year ago in Cincinnati while on tour with my previous band had relocated to our hood with a name to himself, a head full of ideas, and a future full of dreams. Andy. Add one more, Lonnie, and here we are. We have arrived, and I can't be more proud of my boys and all that we have achieved, and where we will go from here. Thank you to everyone who has been on this journey with us along the way. The BVB Army, who got us here, and our incredible crew who makes every show happen, forever grateful for this life." An absolutely touching post from Jinx himself. It made me just feel so good. Like, it made my heart feel full. And it's so crazy that, this month marks BVB month. Obviously, Knives and Pens came out this month, years ago now. And it is the month to celebrate Black Veil Brides. I am so happy that they've been around this long. I'm so happy that they were able to bounce back in such a way since Lonnie has joined the band. And with Vindicate, everything going on, they have made it so far in their career. And I honestly can say that this is just the beginning. And I know everyone says that, and they've been around for a long time, so haha, no, it's not just the beginning. But in practicality, they are just gearing up to that next level. Every single time they've been able to evolve and adapt and make something new that doesn't just feel like a rehash of their past works like some bands constantly do. Not saying any names, but obviously you guys listening probably know a couple yourself. So Black Veil Brides, being that they've been around so long and are still able to reach these bounds and still feel so thankful and grateful, they still have that bit of hunger within them. And the fact that they're the happiest they've ever been as a band together, enough said. So happy for them, and Jinx, thank you for such an amazing post. And if you haven't already, go stream Vindicate. You won't regret it. Now to get to some things that are not related to Black Veil, but they're things that I wanted to mention nonetheless. We've got to start with the obvious Tay story. Now, for those that aren't in the know, we have now got the single and music video for I Knew It, I Knew You by Taylor Swift for the movie, at least upcoming film, Toy Story 5. She wrote on her socials saying, "Writing this song felt like a musical departure and coming home at the same time. Creating something for Jessie was a new challenge and also felt like second nature all at once. And being a Toy Story kid from the age of 5 till now is an adventure I plan to be on to infinity and beyond. Thank you to the brilliant Andrew Stanton for imagining me for this all those years ago when you wrote this newest film. Thank you to the incomparable Randy Newman for the gorgeous sonic tapestry of songs and scores you've meticulously woven over the years. You created the Toy Story musical world, and we are lucky to get to live in it. By we, I mean myself and my pal Jack Antonoff. We wrote this with so much adoration for these characters that made us laugh and helped us learn lessons and think outside the backyard all throughout our childhoods. I Knew It, I Knew You from Toy Story 5 is out everywhere now." Also, upon that post, which was beautiful by the way, love to know that she has actual love and adoration for Toy Story. It means a lot coming from somebody that does themselves, and I must say, hearing the song itself does feel like Toy Story. I will have to say they nailed the vibe. I don't believe it's a song I will necessarily go back to outside of the movie, but I did give it a few listens and I do enjoy it. Is it Taylor Swift's best? No, it isn't. Is it Toy Story's best? I would also say no, but it is a solid venture into the Toy Story world for Taylor Swift, and I hope that everyone else listening to it has enjoyed it, and I hope that it fits when we finally get to see the movie this coming Friday. If not this Friday, then next. I believe it's next Friday, the 19th. Also, it has broken records upon records already. And speaking of breaking records, something Taylor Swift knows all too well is that she becomes the first musician to exceed a net worth of $2 billion, primarily from songs and performances. Absolutely insane. I just read today that she's also like the most wealthy female songwriter ever. So that's crazy. Taylor Swift is unlike any other, so congrats to her on obviously the single itself for Toy Story, which again is breaking lots of records. I would love to name them, but there are a lot, so maybe I'll save that to, when the song kind of dies down and we're able to see how far it actually went, and let alone when Toy Story 5 actually drops itself. But regardless, she's a crazy, crazy woman, a mad woman, if you will, and she does amazing things. So congrats to her as always. And next up, some more music news. Noah Kahan. He was named in New York Times Reader's Choice in the 100 Greatest Living American Songwriters at number 61. Congrats to him as well. Do I think he should be a little bit higher? I mean, probably, but that is my bias, of course. If I was able to make that list, I believe it would probably look completely different. I didn't get a chance to actually look at it myself, but I did see that he was included in it at number 61, so I absolutely had to mention it myself here. As those that listen to me know that I adore Noah Kahan and his writing ability. His lyrics are unlike any other, and I shouldn't have to explain that because if you know Noah Kahan, you'd already know that for yourself. Also, Linkin Park, they have announced Unshatter, coming soon to theaters worldwide, and it is being directed by Joe Hahn. The quote to go along with it from State of the Scene podcast said, "The hardest part of ending is starting again." So we'll see what this is all about. I do believe it is a documentary just to show their journey of becoming a band again. The fact that they were unshattered, in a sense, from almost ending and a lot of people wondering if they will ever come back to then releasing from zero, and obviously the rest is history now that they've got Emily Armstrong on board. So that should be an interesting watch. Again, no release date, nothing really else alongside it. There's just been a trailer that has dropped, and it is something I'm going to keep my eye out for just to make sure I'm able to see it myself. Then, of course, I had to mention Pete Wentz of Fall Out Boy turning 47 years old, and MCR's 3 Cheers for Revenge has turned 22. Also, Spencer Charnas of Ice Nine Kills will be voicing Richard Hawthorne in Halloween, the game. Very cool to see, very cool to hear. Obviously, we'll see how that ends up going when the time comes. But, speaking of games, and to kind of keep it in that realm, the summertime, quote-unquote, not E3 time, and all of its announcements. Obviously, there was lots announced, but today I'm just going to focus on highlighting some of my favorites from this not E3 time that we're going through. And obviously, not just favorites, but the ones I'm most hyped for. If there are any specific titles I may have missed that you may also be interested in, or if you agree with me on some of my picks, let me know in the comments below, and while you're there, please leave a like, subscribe, and share with some friends. It helps tons and means a lot as always. And with all of that said, let's dive into it, starting with PlayStation's State of Play, with Wolverine. Marvel's Wolverine, or Insomniac's Marvel's Wolverine. It is an upcoming video game that is going to be releasing September 15th this year. It's one I'm really looking forward to, and they did state before the state of play even started that this was going to be its main focus. And sure enough, as soon as it started, we dove right in to Wolverine. We got some new story details on the game itself after the trailer, of course, and the state of play was said and done, but the new details are that the X-Men do not exist in this universe. Mutants live in hiding, and most of the world don't know they exist. Also, Logan himself is part of Team X, a group who save mutants around the world, as there are going to be no X-Men in this game. Essentially, the group X-Men is not going to be in this game, as it is Insomniac's own take on the X-Men world. We also got some options, being a low gore path. They are available for people who are squeamish about blood and guts, and Mystique, Sabretooth, Jean Grey, and Omega Red are all in the game, with, of course, more X-Men characters under wraps not being shown yet. Hopefully they'll leave it for when the game actually drops, but obviously we will see. It doesn't seem like a Marvel thing to leave things under wraps anymore, but fingers crossed that Insomniac does what's right. Also, being that people were confused by the regenerative suit and his abilities, like how is he able to do that, and how can Logan actually die in the game, well, being that it is a video game, the answer is yes, he can. And Logan can die in the Wolverine game when his heart stops and his healing factor can no longer activate, and that's represented by his health bar. Also, in order to maintain your health, you need to be aggressive in combat. So it seems like the more aggressive you play, the better off you'll be, which is such a Wolverine thing. Like, let's be real. I know in the trailer they showed some stealth segments, which isn't a Wolverine thing to do at all. He would just go in there, claws out, and fucking slaughtering people, but the more aggressive you play, the better your experience, at least in terms of all of that. So there's a lot I'm not covering, obviously, and there's a lot they haven't shared yet. The game is going to be coming out this fall, so please keep an eye out for that, because I know I will be, and I'll be there as close to day one as I'm able to be, because I'm very, very excited for it. Next up in the state of play, we got Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. It releases February 12th, 2027 on PS5. It is a reimagining of the first game. Yes, the original PS1 Lara Croft game, Tomb Raider itself. We are getting that as a remake in 2027. So it's going to be awesome to see that. I love Lara Croft. I haven't gotten a chance to play as many of her games as I would like to, but I respect her as a character, and I'm very excited to see how this game kind of moves the character forward while reminiscing on her past. It's going to be a nice balancing act, hopefully, if they nail it, so we will just have to wait and see as time will tell. Also, we got a new game titled Ill, I-L-L. It's a creepy ass horror game. Looks very intriguing, very interesting, though not much details have been shared about it quite yet. Also, Until Dawn 2. We are finally getting a sequel to Until Dawn. No, not the awful movie adaptation that was unfortunately released, the video game itself. And we're getting the sequel, which will release in 2027. It goes on to say, it follows a team of ghost hunters as they look for a viral hit on a remote island haunted by a woman's chilling story of something far darker than they bargained for. So it's going to be interesting, going to be intriguing, more Until Dawn, cannot complain. And they ended the show itself with a brand new 20-minute long segment on God of War Lao Fei. Very cool, very intriguing. I myself did not watch it, so I have nothing to say upon that, because I myself am far behind on God of War. I love the series, but have not played, at least completed, I should say, God of War PS4 or God of War Ragnarok. So I am behind. I didn't want to be spoiled, so I skipped the trailer. I didn't look into it, but if you're interested, it is all over the internet right now, all over Twitter. The trailer itself is on YouTube. Go check it out if you're a God of War fan and somehow missed that announcement, because from what I've heard, people are excited, and I know myself, without having played the other games, again, I've only played the Greek saga, I myself am very excited, and it is giving me new fire. It's igniting a new fire within me to actually catch up and be ready for when this game inevitably drops. The next showcase I wanted to focus on is Summer Games Fest. The Game Awards man himself, Jeff Keighley. Summer Games Fest has happened, came and went, and some notable announcements are Resident Evil Veronica, a remake of Code Veronica in 2027. They started the show with that. They started swinging. Literally guns a-blazing. They weren't screwing around this Summer Games Fest with that first announcement. Then the next one I wanted to touch on is Cuphead. They are making a brand new hand-drawn animated game in early stages, mind you, so we probably won't see that for a while, but there is going to be a new 8-bit game titled Mighty Cuphead Adventure coming soon to tide fans over on the lengthy wait ahead. So that should be cool. I like Cuphead, never was able to finish the game because, man, that's hard, but shout out to Logan, my buddy. He platinumed the whole thing, as he tends to do with these ridiculously hard games, so props to him. Always amazes me the fact he's able to do stuff like that. And the Cuphead 2, if you will, for lack of a better term, as the name has not been announced, should be no exception. It'll probably even be harder, because God knows they like to do that with sequels. Then we got Gen Atlas, a brand new game, the first in over 10 years, from the Shadow of the Colossus creator. I would say their name, but I'm afraid of butchering it, so I'm going to refrain from that. But it looks very, very interesting. It looks like you're going around waking up these robots, and what's known about the game is pretty much nothing. As all of his games are true experiences, we will have to wait and see. Then we got Stranger Than Heaven. I needed to mention this one because not only Snoop Dogg is in it, but Tupac himself is going to be in the game Stranger Than Heaven, which releases January 15th, 2027. Should be interesting. Don't know much upon it other than the fact that he's in it. Gonna be cool to see why and how. Next up, Rayman Legends Retold, coming out October 1st, 2026. It is a complete 3D remake, reimagining, if you will, of Rayman Legends, an amazing, amazing 2D platformer, which this seems to be no exception, just in the 3D sense. It looks amazing. I love the animation. Rayman and his hair actually twirling kind of looks weird, but at the same time, we'll see how it looks when the game drops. I believe that it should be in its final conception. I don't think they're going to be changing much. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I'm excited for this. I hope to be able to play it because I did love Rayman Legends and even Rayman Origins, which I believe is going to be included in this package in one way or another. I have fond memories of playing it on not only the PS Vita and also my Switch. So should be very cool. Keep an eye out for Rayman Legends Retold on October 1st, 2026. Also, TMNT news, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin, to be exact. We're getting a game for it. Developed by Platinum Games themselves, which did bring us the franchise, amazing franchise, known as Bayonetta. So it should be a wicked action game. Very excited for that one, as I know the Ninja Turtles are held in high regards by many fans, and the fact that this storyline of what The Last Ronin is, it's going to be put into a game, I think it's going to be awesome. If you don't know what The Last Ronin is by some chance, look into it, because believe me, you're not ready. Other than that, we got Saw Genesis, which is a new 3v1 multiplayer horror game. The game is set a century before Jigsaw, where 3 accused must work together to escape a maze of traps, while one judge orchestrates their rehabilitation. Then after that, we got Final Fantasy VII Revelation, coming spring 2027. Part 3 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake series is finally going to be upon us very, very soon. Absolutely wild it's taken this long. I know that games take time to develop. It's just wild that we are getting literally all, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, we are getting literally all of Final Fantasy VII Remake series before we get a taste of Kingdom Hearts 4. Absolutely insane. I know I'm saying it because I'm salty, a little upset. Happy for the Final Fantasy fans out there. Obviously, props to them. They deserve this. Just, Kingdom Hearts, please. It's got to be your time after this, right? Or am I just putting the clown paint on again for no reason? Obviously, time will tell. So those were all of the Summer Games Fest announcements that I wanted to touch upon. And next we dive right into the Xbox Showcase. And this one has probably some of my favorite announcements on it, which is insane because I myself am not much of an Xbox guy. Never really considered myself to be, always been Sony, at least PlayStation, and some Nintendo when it comes to handhelds. But regardless, Xbox Showcase, it started with guns a-blazing because it opened with not only Gears of War E-Day, I believe it's called. I'm not much of a Gears of War fan myself, but the first trailer after that was the game that I am so highly anticipating, being Fable. Now, for those that don't know, Fable did recently just get a delay, unfortunately, but we got the new release date during the showcase being February 23rd, 2027. So it won't be too much longer, hopefully, if it doesn't get delayed again, till we're able to actually dive into the world of Albion once again in this reboot, of course. Now, what we've been told in the past is that it doesn't have much connection to the old games. It is a reboot first and foremost, and it is a brand new studio making it, so we'll see how everything kind of falls into place, especially with this new trailer that was shown. Anybody excited for Jack of Blades? Like, hello? If you played the originals, you know who Jack of Blades is, and the final scene of the trailer shows him in the new game. So how that's going to work, I have no idea. But am I excited and hyped for that? Hell yes. No questions. Like, no hesitation. Very excited. Anyways, to get on with the Fable trailer itself, it features the villain of the story being Isabelle. Isabelle is played by Hayley Atwell, who is of Marvel stardom. I believe she is Captain Carter herself. Very cool that she's going to be in this game. And the trailer itself honestly looks fantastic. Her detailing her tragic backstory throughout the whole thing, and her thoughts of how the world doesn't need heroes, it just needs a hero, and that hero is going to be her, all while showing off more of the game in the foreground, is perfect. Again, I'm so excited and cannot wait for February, and I did want to share what they wrote on their socials, being Fable launches February 23rd, 2027. Become the hero you want to be in an immersive, open-world action RPG, where each choice shapes your journey, reputation is everything, and fairy tale endings are never guaranteed. Pre-order to receive the pre-order content pack featuring the questionably heroic chicken suit and a collection of charming in-game gifts at fablethegame.com. Not only is there that, of course, that's the end of their post, but we also have been shown an absolutely wicked collector's edition. Now, the collector's edition is very pricey. For me, personally, being in Canada, it's $280. With shipping, it's an extra $100, so it's like $381 something, and that is not including the taxes, fees, customs, whatever, what have you. A lot of people online are saying that it will more so be, once it's to your door, a grand fee of $500. Cannot stomach that myself. Large oof, if you will. Unfortunately, I'm not getting it. The actual collector's edition itself, though, comes with everything from the pre-order bonus and the premium edition that you're able to pre-order digitally only, as the physical versions are only the basic and this collector's edition. But besides the digital stuff that you get for it, being the season pass and some costumes, you also get, and the main focus point of it being, a Jack of Blades statue. Now, yes, some may say nostalgia baiting. I'm sure that's a part of it anyways, but when it comes to it, man, that statue is so cool. I wish I could have it already, but I can't afford it. I gotta say no. Gotta have restraint, self-control. Holy shit, it's hard. But other than that, the statue is sick. We also get a pin of the guild seal itself, and a hardcover art book, and also a steelbook case for the game itself. So very cool, awesome collector's edition. Again, it's absolutely wicked, but unfortunately, it is exclusive to the Xbox Store with no other retailers announced as of now for the collector's edition specifically. So we will see if it does get put on any other stores and that shipping cost can be a little bit less, because if it was closer to like $300 only, I think I could convince myself for it to being okay to actually get it, but again, that is not the reality we live in. Other than that, I wanted to also say this Wednesday, June 10th, we'll be getting a live gameplay demo showing what it means to build an extraordinary life in Fable. So another shot to see the game again before it eventually releases February 23rd next year. The last few things from the Xbox showcase was take flight on a bold new adventure. Yes, Spyro. Spyro: A Realm Beyond comes out spring 2027. We are finally getting Spyro 4, or at least what is going to be known as Spyro 4, rather, Spyro: A Realm Beyond. Very excited for that. I love the Purple Dragon. I love those games to no end. I remember playing the original, rather, the third game on the PS1 way back in the day. Oh, so many memories. Adore that franchise. Cannot wait for the next game to come in spring next year. Also, a big announcement, more so for my buddies, of course, that love Persona. They announced that Persona 6 is real, and it is coming. There's not much knowledge to be known about it quite yet. Details were kept to a bare minimum, but the fact it has been announced, we now know that it exists. So it is official to say that Persona 5 might finally be done. That game has been the main Persona game for a long time. Like, I believe the fifth one came out on PS3 and 360, if I'm not mistaken. I know PS3 for sure, back in like 2013. So it's been a long time since they've released a new Persona in terms of like a sequel, the next numbered title. So big things should be in store for that. Keep an eye out if you are a fan. And with all of that, the only thing we are missing is the new Nintendo Direct, which I would love to share some of my own aspects on it, but it is unfortunately going to be streamed tomorrow morning to be exact, which is Tuesday the 9th at 8 a.m. MST. So anyone looking out for that, it is going to be tomorrow. If you're listening a little late, then hey, the Nintendo Direct might have already happened. Let me know your thoughts on it. Lastly, something that wasn't in any of the showcases, we got Toy Story Retro Roundup and a Toy Story 3 remaster. The video game, that is. It includes 11 classic games, both console and handheld versions of 4 Toy Story games, and A Bug's Life. It launches October 15th, 2026. Looks very cool. I don't know if I myself will be able to pick it up or plan to pick it up, but if I get my hands on it, I'm pretty sure it will be a good time. Now, obviously, that's a video game based on films, though I want to keep going with some movie news, if you will. Starting with the fact that we got some small Superman news to go along with Lex Luthor's suit reveal. James Gunn has revealed that Man of Tomorrow will have a time jump of around 2 years, saying that it's basically all real time. So now we've just got to wait to see what all that looks like, and as we wait, we get to see Supergirl, which comes out June 26th with its final trailer being out now. If you missed it, go check it out. Hopefully everyone's excited for Supergirl to properly drop again on June 26th. Also, we got the first trailer for the next installment in the Ice Age franchise, and yes, the trailer is somehow a Jackass reference. I have no idea why, but it's there, it exists. Go look it up. It's absolutely wild, but the movie itself is Ice Age Boiling Point, which is coming in hot for February 5th, 2027. Should be good, hopefully. I know Ice Age has declined over the years, but Blue Sky has been bought by Disney, which happened a while ago with their Fox acquisitions, so we'll see what it means with Disney kind of being behind this new era, probably era, let's be real, Disney doesn't let things die, so what this new era of Ice Age will look like. So very, very intriguing, and again, to mention, the animation in the trailer does not look like a Shrek situation, so in that instance anyways, we should be okay. Also, some birthdays. Robert Englund has turned 79, Michael J. Fox turned 65, and Pixar's Cars has turned 20 years old. Kerchoo. To wrap up here, I wanted to touch on some new releases / some upcoming releases as well. Starting with the latter, we've got Valley. Their new song comes out June 12th. Yes, we are entering a new era of Valley. I'm so excited. Love that band so much. They're probably, again, as I've stated in the past, my favorite pop band out there right now. We've got the new era, starting with the single Vending Machine, coming out again June 12th. So keep an eye out for this Friday. Also, this Friday, we've got Honestab with MGK with Crash First coming again this Friday, June 12th. Should be interesting. I seen a clip of it, and I gotta say, it sounds good, so I'm intrigued at the very least. And also this Thursday, the day before, being the 11th, we got a new 3 Days Grace music video for Don't Wanna Go Home Tonight from their most recent album, Alienation. So that one should be something to look forward to as well. The little snippet they posted was a campfire, so I'm assuming it is going to hearken to their live performance. I don't know if it will actually be a video of them performing it live, just with the audio kind of replaced to be the studio track. Probably not, but I believe they're taking that idea that I was able to see on stage when I seen them just recently on their Alienation tour. Now to get to some new releases, we got Electric Callboy featuring The Offspring. Yes, a very interesting collab. They released Let the Good Times Roll. That came out June 5th. Also, Impatient, Ren and Chris Webby's band, released Tarantula the same day. So very good singles, and obviously there are more, don't you worry. On Spotify here, my new release tab goes as such. We got Boji with Take Me Back, a very good track that I would highly recommend to go check out. Then, as we all know, we got Taylor Swift with I Knew It, I Knew You. Death Cab for Cutie finally released their new album, I Built You a Tower. Absolutely fantastic. I love Death Cab, and this album has been no exception. Fantastic work, guys. Then Eva Under Fire, The Words You Say, a brand new single from them, very good. Then Cami Keho with Dirty. Violet Knight, new single called The Worst. Love that new single. Thank you so much, Connor, for what you do. I hope that you're having an amazing time, and I say that because I definitely have been lacking on reaching out, which is something I'm gonna have to do now that I'm thinking about it. Also, Evanescence, they released their new album titled Sanctuary. Very, very good. It is also not only their newest album, but their highest ever rated. Same with Black Veil's new album. Evanescence follows suit with their highest rated critical album yet. So all good things, brand new releases here, and so much has happened over this past week, be it in music or video games, especially with video games. 'Tis the season, honestly, again, the not E3, but kind of E3 season, so it's great to be a part of it all. It's great to experience it all, and I will be looking forward to that Nintendo Direct tomorrow, and hopefully you all are as well. So thank you so much for listening. Again, let me know in the comments below or on my socials at Lights Monarch how you felt about the episode and what your thoughts are on all of the video game news or even any of the music news as well, as I have covered a lot this episode. So thank you so much for listening, and as always, thank you so much for discovering the music within.